Welcome, curious minds, to another journey into the shadows of history and faith. If you love unraveling the world's greatest mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It takes just a second, and it helps us bring you even more mind-bending theories from the edge of belief. In this video, we're diving into a prophecy that has haunted the Catholic Church for centuries, a prophecy that some say is coming true right before our eyes. With the election of a new pope, whispers have begun to circulate. Is he the last pope before the end of the world? The story begins nearly 900 years ago with an Irish bishop named Saint Malachy. According to legend, during a pilgrimage to Rome, Malachy was struck by a series of visions so powerful that he collapsed in fear. These visions, as described in the Catholic Encyclopedia, revealed to him a long line of future popes, each one captured in a short, cryptic Latin phrase. The manuscript, later known as the Prophecy of the Popes, was hidden away in the Vatican archives for centuries, only to resurface in the late 16th century, just in time for a contentious papal election. Skeptics argue that the timing was no coincidence. As historian John Hogue explains in his book The Last Pope, The Decline and Fall of the Church of Rome, many believe the prophecy was a clever forgery, designed to influence the outcome of that very election. But others point to the uncanny accuracy of some of the mottos. For example, Pope John Paul II was described as de labore solis, or from the labor of the sun. Strangely enough, he was born during a solar eclipse and buried during another, an eerie coincidence that has fueled speculation for decades, but the real terror lies in the prophecy's final entry. It speaks of a pope known only as Peter the Roman, who will guide the church through great tribulations. According to the prophecy, when his reign ends, so too does the city of Rome, and perhaps the world itself. The exact words, as translated in the Catholic Encyclopedia, are chilling. In the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church, there will sit Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in many tribulations. And when these things are finished, the city of 7 hills will destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. The end. With the recent passing of Pope Francis, conspiracy forums and late-night radio shows have reignited the debate. Could the new pope fit the description of Peter the Roman? Is it possible that the prophecy is unfolding in real time? Some point to the new pope's background, his choice of name, and even subtle references in his first public addresses as evidence that he is the one foretold. As Nick Squires wrote in The Telegraph, the speculation has only intensified with every new detail that emerges from the Vatican. But is this prophecy a genuine warning from the past, or a cleverly constructed myth designed to manipulate the faithful? And if it is real, what signs should we be watching for as the world moves deeper into uncertain times? Some believers insist the prophecy's final chapter is already being written. They point to the new pope's roots. If he has any connection to Rome, or if his birth name is Peter, the rumors only grow stronger. In online forums like RE Conspiracy and Catholic discussion boards, users have dissected every detail, from the Pope's family lineage to the symbolism in his coat of arms. As reported by The Telegraph, even the smallest hint of a Roman heritage or a papal name reminiscent of Peter is enough to send conspiracy theorists into a frenzy. But the fear doesn't stop at names and symbols. The world itself seems to be teetering on the edge. Wars, natural disasters, and social unrest dominate the headlines. Some see these as the many tribulations that the prophecy warns about. In his book, The Last Pope, John Hogue explores how every global crisis, from pandemics to political upheaval, has been interpreted as a sign that the end is near. Skeptics, of course, have their own explanations. They argue that the prophecy is so vague it could be twisted to fit almost any scenario. As the Catholic Encyclopedia notes, many of the mottos only make sense in hindsight, after historians have worked backwards to match them to each pope. Yet, for those who believe, the timing feels too perfect to ignore. Adding to the suspense are other prophecies that seem to echo the same warning. Nostradamus, the French seer famous for his cryptic verses, wrote about a great leader in Rome who would preside over chaos and destruction. In Nostradamus, The Complete Prophecies, author John Hogue draws parallels between Nostradamus's predictions and the final pope described by Saint Malachy. Could two of history's most mysterious prophets have foreseen the same apocalyptic figure? As the new pope settles into his role, the Vatican remains silent on the prophecy, refusing to confirm or deny its authenticity. Yet the silence only adds fuel to the fire. The faithful and the fearful alike are left to wonder, are we witnessing the final days of the Church as we know it? Or is this just another chapter in a long history of doomsday predictions that never come true? The world is watching. Every gesture, every word from the new pope is analyzed for hidden meanings. Will he be the shepherd who leads his flock through darkness, or the harbinger of the end foretold nearly a millennium ago? As we reach the end of this journey through prophecy and mystery, one truth remains. The line between legend and reality is often blurred. The story of Saint Malachy's prophecy has haunted the Church for centuries, resurfacing every time a new pope is chosen. Whether it's a warning from the distant past or a clever fabrication, it continues to capture our imagination, especially when the world feels uncertain and every sign seems to point toward something greater unfolding. Perhaps the real power of this prophecy lies not in its predictions, but in the questions it raises. Why are we so drawn to the idea of fate, of hidden messages from history guiding our future? Is the new pope truly the last, or will the Church endure for centuries to come as it always has? As John Hogue suggests in The Last Pope, maybe these prophecies tell us more about our own fears and hopes than about the future itself. No matter what you believe, one thing is certain. The fascination with the end times and the mystery of the papacy will never truly fade. The world will keep watching, searching for signs and wondering what comes next. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from, and if you have your own theory about the prophecy of the last pope. Could we be living through the final chapter? Or is this just another story in the endless cycle of history? Let's unravel the mystery together.